This is the second episode where we left off. The scene flashes back to the morning when students are just beginning to gather in the classroom. Yongchan's terrified face is being pelted with erasers by two rowdy students. Jae-hong, feeling confident after a direct hit, brags about his accuracy to his friend Hakan. Annoyed, Hakan demands an eraser from a nearby timid student. After getting the eraser, Hakan delivers a precise headshot to Yongchan, then celebrates with a dance. Jae-hong tries to downplay Hakan's hit, claiming it was a fluke. The two friends continue to compete in their headshot skills. Jae-hong attempts another shot. Jin intervenes, and the eraser hits him instead of Yongchan. The bullies are irritated by the interruption, and the eraser falls to the ground. Jin takes a seat next to Yongchan and asks if he's okay. Yongchan, though pale and clearly shaken, says he's fine. Jin notices Yongchan's discomfort and suggests they hang out after school. Yongchan is intrigued and asks if Jin's sister is at the school. Jin explains that his sister, Dion, was already here before he arrived. Yongchan reveals that Dion has been having a tough time lately due to bullying from a jealous girl named Hoojin. He explains that Hoojin's brother, Gi-soo Kim, is a notorious troublemaker, and that Dion is enduring bullying to the point where everyone is surprised she still attends school. Jin remembers his grandfather's hope that Jin would adapt well to his new school, and the pride he felt when Dion assured him she was doing fine. Jin realizes that Dion was hiding her struggles to avoid worrying their grandfather. Suddenly the classroom door bursts open, and Gi-soo Kim, a top bully, enters with his gang. Hakan is unsettled by Gi-soo's presence, as he's wary of crossing paths with such a formidable bully. Jisoo's lackey informs him about Jin, and Gi-soo, enraged by the fact that a scrawny punk took down his bullies, demands Jin come forward. Jin stands up, defiant, questioning if Gi-soo is the big shot. Gi-soo sneers, surprised Jin took so long to figure it out. He orders his lackey to act, but the lackey, scared, hesitates before moving towards Jin. Before anything happens, Dion bursts into the room, breathless and apologizing to Jin for the trouble. Hoojin mocks Dion for her tears, calling her dramatic. Jin reassures his sister and, in a sudden outburst, knocks the lackey out with a powerful slap. The remaining bullies, already fearful of Jin's strength, start to tremble. Jin turns his attention to the bullies, making it clear that they should be the ones apologizing. A hefty bully charges at Jin, but he effortlessly deflects the attack and delivers a precise strike to the bully's exposed throat, causing him to collapse. Another lackey tries to attack, but Jin responds with a crushing blow to his ribs, sending him crashing to the ground. Jisoo, witnessing Jin's skill and power, begins to lose his confidence. The other students, including Hoojin and Chicken Shake, are visibly shaken and lose their composure. After defeating the last two bullies, Jin confronts Gi-soo, stating that his sister has suffered because of these thugs, and that he won't tolerate it any longer. In this gripping chapter, the simmering tensions between Jin and the school's top bullies finally come to a head. Jisoo, one of the most feared students in the school, is the first to challenge Jin after witnessing his previous displays of strength. With a sneer, Gi-soo admits that Jin isn't the pushover he initially thought. He swiftly swings his leg toward Jin's face, aiming to catch him off guard. But Jin, reacting with incredible speed, blocks the kick effortlessly. This leaves Gi-soo stunned. He had no idea that Jin could move so quickly. Not willing to back down, Gi-soo tries to strike again with his other leg, but Jin blocks it just as easily. Before Gi-soo can react, Jin seizes his leg, pulls him in close, and delivers a brutal punch to his face. The impact is devastating. Blood sprays everywhere, as Gi-soo is sent crashing to the ground like a ragdoll. His nose and mouth are bleeding profusely, and as he looks up at Jin, who towers over him like a grim reaper, terror grips him. Without a moment's hesitation, Jin swings his leg again, delivering a powerful kick to Gi-soo's face. The kick sends more blood splattering, and the once cocky bully is left sprawled on the ground, utterly defeated and humiliated. The entire classroom falls silent. Eyes widen in shock as they witness Jin take down one of the school's biggest bullies with such ease. The two beta bullies who'd previously underestimated Jin are left slack-jawed, unable to believe what they've just seen. They're not the only ones, particularly the blonde girl who is left trembling at the realization of just how formidable Jin truly is. As the dust settles, Jin begins to walk towards Hoojin. Gisu's sister, and another of the main instigators. Guijin, who had been so confident before, now feels a wave of terror wash over her. She doesn't want to face the same brutal treatment her brother just endured. But before anything else can happen, Dion rushes into the room, desperate to stop her brother. She pleads with him not to do anything more, face bruised and dirty from her earlier confrontation with Huijin and her crew. Jin, seeing his sister in such a state, is visibly shaken. He asks her what happened, and she reluctantly admits that Huijin and her gang have been bullying her for a long time. Jin, now understanding the full extent of his sister's suffering, is furious. He knows that Huijin's crew had targeted Dion the previous day, and this only fuels his anger. But Dion, trying to protect her brother from further trouble, forces a smile and tells him that she's fine, urging him to stop. Despite his anger, Jin eventually agrees to let it go and decides to walk his sister to her class. As they leave, the students in the room erupt into whispers. Gisu, the top dog of the school, had been taken down by a single boy. Even the beta bullies, who had initially planned to take Jin down themselves, are now relieved that they didn't try. They can't help but admire Jin's strength and skill, realizing that they're no match for him. As Jin and Dion walk together, she expresses her shock at how good her brother is at fighting. But then, feeling guilty, she starts apologizing again, blaming herself for the fights he had to endure. Jin, however, reassures her with a gentle smile. He tells her that there's no need to apologize, because protecting each other is what family is for. He then begins to share a memory from his past, back when he lived in a place where everyone looked out only for themselves. The scene shifts to a flashback, a chaotic battlefield filled with smoke, explosions, and gunfire. In the midst of the chaos, a younger Jin witnesses a soldier risking his life to protect his daughter. The sight of the soldier shielding his child from the violence around them left a deep impression on Jin, making him question what family truly meant and why it was so important. Back in the present, Dion points out that Jin barely remembers her, so she doesn't understand why he's going out of his way to help her. Jin admits that it's true he doesn't remember much about her, but that doesn't change the fact that they're family. His words resonate deeply with Dion, who stands in silence, processing what he's said. She quickly tells him she's fine and insists that he should head back to his class. As they reach her homeroom, she waves a final goodbye and disappears inside, leaving Jin with a faint smile on his face. Back in his classroom, Jin is still the center of attention. The beta bullies flash him thumbs up, cheerfully asking what kind of training he received overseas, given how easily he took down Gisu and his crew. They continue to shower him with praise, but Jin, feeling a bit overwhelmed by all the attention, sinks into his seat. Even his friend, Young Chan, chimes in, telling him he was pretty awesome, brings a subtle smile to Jin's face. Meanwhile, in another part of the school, Gisu and his gang are licking their wounds, feeling anxious after their humiliating defeat. Gisu, in particular, is fuming, unable to believe that he lost so badly. His sister, Huijin, tries to cheer him up, suggesting that their loss was just a fluke and that Jin simply caught them off guard. She proposes that they should try to catch him later, but the bullies stay silent, having learned the hard way that Jin is not someone to be messed with. Still, Guijin can't let it go. She's frustrated that all those bullies couldn't handle just one guy. She storms into the classroom, where Dion is sitting, and taunts her, saying she must be feeling pretty lucky to have a brother like Jin. She reminds Dion that she can now go to school without a care in the world, knowing she can run to her big brother if she gets into trouble. Dion, however, doesn't respond, which only infuriates Huijin further. She grits her teeth in frustration, making it clear that she won't let Dion do whatever she wants, just because she has a brother now. As dusk falls, the tension in the school remains high. The atmosphere is thick with unease, as everyone waits to see what will happen next. Jin's actions have shaken the school's power dynamics, and it's clear that things will never be the same again. But for now, the only thing certain, that Jin has proven himself to be a force to be reckoned with. And the bullies who once terrorized his sister now know that they've met their match. Thanks for watching till the end. See you all in the next one.